Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Thais Adele, and I'm back. So I wanted to continue our conversation about change being inevitable, adding an additional spin to it, which may sound backward, but what about, even though change is inevitable, right? There may be some of you out there that had the luxury to wait. And you're probably like, what do I mean by that? So, my story. When Dante upgraded, it was right in the middle of COVID. Like smack dab in the middle of COVID. So, I had lost my job. My job let me go. Probably a couple days after he went into the hospital. He went into the hospital May 5th, and I believe that was a Tuesday, and then that Friday, which might have been the 7th or the 8th, I got a call. And the call was, hey, we just had a meeting, and basically, I was a design consultant for a customizable furniture company, and was told that they were dropping the two minorities. I mean, it was true. It was true. It was me and my Asian coworker. But in any case, so I was let go from my job. So of course, if you're watching this, you were a part of the whole COVID thing. And so we were able to get unemployment, and that carried me for a good year. So when we talk about this idea of change being inevitable, so my husband transitioned, so I was no longer taking him to dialysis, no longer making any meals so that he could eat and have strength. I did not have to go anywhere, really. I didn't have to go anywhere. So I had the luxury of waiting. Change is inevitable, but I had the luxury to wait. What did I have the luxury to wait for? I had the luxury to wait about finding a new job. I was getting unemployment. And I thank God, I really do thank God that I did not have to work. I don't know what that would have been like. I do know, and some of you can, definitely attest to this, that maybe work was your savior, maybe, in a sense, but that work really helped you work through your grief. Yeah, at that time, during those moments, absolutely not. I probably would have quit if I had not been let go. I probably would have quit. So, yeah, I had the luxury to wait in finding a job. I live with my mother. So I also had the luxury of not having to worry about how I was going to keep my house. Which again, I'm sure some of you did not have that luxury. What else? As far as food, I mean, I was doing Instacart, started doing Instacart back in 2018, I believe. And so this is now 2020. Now, I don't typically like anybody shopping for me. I enjoy shopping. So I did not really get groceries delivered. I think I ate out a lot, if I remember correctly. I ordered a lot of food. Ordered just, what I wanted to eat. And I was in this very bedroom, 24 hours, 7 days a week, because I had the luxury to wait. But what about those of you who did not? I would love for you to share your story. You had to continue working, or you had to go back at a specific, time frame. You didn't have an ongoing time to be out. Maybe you were able to take family leave time. Was it paid, unpaid? Whew, these are things that, we do not consider. So how about this? If you're watching this and you're not a widow or a widower, these are some points to ponder, because you want to be prepared for the inevitable, which is change. Oh, what else did I have the luxury? Oh, when you talk about food, yeah, I didn't really enjoy cooking. Yeah, I can't say that I enjoyed cooking. So, to not have to cook, I don't know. In those first, it's tough, because I was used to, doing so many things for my husband. And then to have all of that come to a halt, well, that is, that's a change. That's a change to adapt to. I do remember when Thanksgiving rolled around that year in 2020. It's my husband's favorite holiday. Dante loved Thanksgiving. He loved to eat. And his family, they're good cooks. And, wherever we went to go eat, extended family were good cooks. So he loved Thanksgiving because he loved being around loved ones and eating good food. And that was a tough holiday for me. Yeah, I cried hard in my sister's arms. Because what about holidays now? Christmas time. Dante and I would talk about who we're buying gifts for. We would go shopping together for those gifts. I would wrap them. And I enjoyed doing that, actually. And we always had, fun giving out the gifts during Christmas time, and then going over his cousin's house on Christmas Day and celebrating. Whew. So, holidays have now changed. Preparing meals have now changed. Finances have changed. What else? There's so many things that we could have a conversation about, maybe even to help each other, or those that will at some time or another have to go through this. I don't wish this on anyone, right? But it is one of life's unfortunate events. It is. All right. So what else did I have the luxury of waiting on? I do remember that I had my father go with me to close Dante's bank account. That was interesting because the representative that helped me, she had lost her husband. Sorry, I'm struggling with the word loss because my word is upgrade and or transition and losing something. I'm big on words, and losing something means that it's a loss. It is. You miss them, right? You do. I miss my husband every day. There's not a day that goes by that I do not miss him. And I'm sure it is the same for you as well. And so I thank God for the luxury to wait, but not everybody has that. So just wanted to point that out today. Something to think about. And maybe being the surviving spouse, which makes me think about the work that I currently do with pensions, and having, spouses call to notify us that their husband or wife has passed away, and they were receiving a pension. That's my little girl. Somebody came in the driveway. F. So with the pension, they could wait, but they probably depend on the money that their husband or their wife was receiving. And that's probably like a big thing, right? The financial part. It's probably a big thing. My situation was definitely different. Didn't have anywhere to go, anywhere to be. Actually, my unemployment was more than when I was working. And look how God kept me. Jesus. Father, I thank you because he kept me. He kept me. He kept me. And I think about if I had not been living here with my mom, where would I have been? In the apartment alone? Or still in our house at 718? I don't know about that. And listen, some of you, maybe you don't have children or your children are grown, don't live in the house with you. And now your spouse is no longer there. How are you? How are you? So I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on preparing for the inevitability of change. But also, some of you out there may have had the luxury to wait, to not change things. So, or to not have to do certain things right away. I didn't have to close any bank accounts right away. I waited until I was ready. Because how many times do you want to pick up the phone and tell people that your spouse is no longer here? People I didn't know. I didn't want to hear that sadness, not even the sadness in their voice, maybe just kind of like going through the motions, right? Not even sad or having any sympathy for you, but just, this is my job. Okay, well, let me take the information. This is what we need to do, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I didn't want to hear that. And so I waited. All right. Again, I'd love to hear your comments. What was your experience like? Maybe you're going through it right now. and you're looking for help, and maybe someone's listening that has resources, this is good. This is good. Because listen, change is inevitable. Everyone doesn't have the luxury of waiting. And so if you are listening to this and you have resources, or you know where a widow or a widower can go to get the help that he or she needs, place that in the comments as well. And we'll talk about it another time. All right. Until then, take care.